Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live broadcast of Strade Bianche. The riders still have 40 kilometers to go to the finish at the Piazza del Campo. We've already seen a brutal race, largely shaped by the teammates of Tadej Pogačar, who have really thinned out the field.
It's been a true elimination race, and we're now left with just 9 riders in the leading group.
The standout name, of course, is Tadej Pogačar. He's won the last 2 editions with almost playful ease, and it looks like he's still keeping something in reserve.
And why not? The season is still young, and why start lighting the fuse now? There's no one who can beat him on the steep, narrow climb of the Santa Caterina.
Well, hold on. His biggest challenger is right there with him in the front group. Jonas Vingegaard has been looking very strong so far, which is fairly exceptional given that he usually doesn't focus much on one-day races. And with Matteo Jorgensen, he also has a very strong lieutenant alongside him. The question remains whether Pogačar is better off waiting until the final kilometer. That always carries more risk than going solo himself. With a late attack or a bit of bad luck, it's not always the strongest rider who wins.
For the excitement of the race, it's certainly good that he's not already riding 3 minutes clear. But for the full picture, let's take a look at who else is still there.
Alongside Pogačar, UAE also has Pavel Sivakov in the group. The Frenchman has already done a lot of work for his leader. For Visma, we have Vingegaard and Jorgensen. Red Bull is represented by a very interesting card in Primož Roglič. Ian van Wilder is there for Quick-Step. After a difficult season last year, it's great to see Matej Mohoric riding up front again. For Post-NL, it's Warren Barguil, and Richard Carapaz is there for EF Education. What a list of names.
Absolutely. They didn't get this position handed to them. The race exploded more than 2 hours ago and has never let up. And it's quite remarkable to see how well they're still cooperating. No one is really skipping turns.
Now we're waiting for the first real acceleration. That will give us a much clearer idea of the balance of power. The finale still has to ignite.
About 24 kilometers to go now, and the cooperation is still good.
You can see Pogačar shaking out his legs a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he's about to light the fuse.
In the background, we see Tim Wellens and Masnada. They'd love to make it back to the front group, but with the current level of cooperation up front, that's not going to be an easy task.
Besides having Vingegaard in the group, they of course still have Jorgensen there as well. Will they put all their chips on him, or spread their chances and play 2 cards?
The smartest option is the last one. Oh, a crash! That's Carapaz and Barguil hitting the deck. Let's hope they can get back on their bikes without too much damage.
And there goes Jonas Vingegaard. No waiting around, he goes straight on the attack.
Pogačar was quick to jump onto his wheel, and Roglič and Van Wilder also look strong here.
Sivakov is dropped, and Mohoric has a small gap to close. He might get back on.
Jorgensen takes over at the front. You can really see how punishing this race has been.
And is that Carapaz in the background? Wow, what strength. He's already that close again. Incredible.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Pogačar has moved to the front, and that cost Vingegaard his teammate Jorgensen. We're heading into a real one-on-one battle.
It was great to see Vingegaard take the initiative earlier and try to put Pogačar under pressure.
We're gearing up for the next gravel climb. Vingegaard leads the way on the descent.
Pogačar takes over at the front. The crowds are lining the road here, several rows deep.
There he goes again! Vingegaard tries once more, and Pogačar immediately locks on to the Dane's wheel.
It looks like the rest are starting to crack. Are these 2 riding away?
Roglič refuses to let go. He doesn't want a 2-man show, but it's coming from deep, very deep.
We're now inside the final 10 kilometers, and the race has truly exploded.
Van Wilder's light is slowly going out. It's just too fast for the Belgian. Pogačar is setting a blistering pace.
It's interesting to see that Pogačar is mostly responding, not launching attacks himself.
Is he saving it all for the Santa Caterina? That's really the last major obstacle.
May I take a moment to admire Richard Carapaz? What a rider. He's riding about 20 seconds behind the leaders. Such bad luck to crash just before the race really ignited.
That's going to haunt him tonight. Meanwhile, the race situation is as follows. 4 leaders, 3 of them Slovenian, Mohoric, Roglic and Pogačar, with Vingegaard completing the quartet.
We're heading toward the Santa Catarina. We're in for a thrilling finale, folks. No 100 kilometers solo this time, but 4 riders charging toward the final climb. Who will take it here?
The pace is brutal.
We're there, under the arch. Vingegaard takes the initiative.
Here comes Pogačar's acceleration. He crests the climb first, and that gives him the advantage of entering the many corners ahead. He's going to do it! Pogačar wins Strade Bianche by the slimmest of margins over Vingegaard. But wow, that was close.
He crested just ahead, which allowed him to take the best lines through the corners and raise his arms for the 3rd time here. What a race!
Magnificent. I'm already looking forward to Milan-San Remo. For completeness, the top 10 will be shown now. And what a performance by Mohoric. Great to see him on the podium.
All that remains for me is to thank you for watching.
May I have your attention for a moment? My name is Davide Grimaldi, and I'm a former Italian professional cyclist. In the documentary Forza Grimaldi, you will get a unique behind-the-scenes look at my career. From the very beginning to the final moments, documentary makers followed me closely. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m., a new episode will be released. I hope to see you there.